Hello, I'm Steve Morgan, and a week ago when I was in Tel Aviv, I come across a protest, and the protest was basically a big group of it was to remove Netanyahu. Then there was another group that was for the war, for more bombing, and there was another group even still, like just to, you know, against the war. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a snippet of what I took last week, okay? And then I'm going to go on to reporting a little bit more. Very interesting. Very interesting. But what I really like about this is in the summer we had what some people would call far right. Other people don't call them far right, and I'm not getting involved in what I think or whatever, okay? But you had counter protests, and there was a lot of fighting and hatred on both sides. And over here, you got two sides, okay? You got one side just bring the hostages home, and these people, they want the hostages to go home as well, but probably they want it done in a more compassionate way, to where there's a little bit less bombing and perhaps a bit more negotiation. That's what I'm getting anyway, okay? That's the drift I'm getting. I don't speak Hebrew, very basic. Any longer than the Ritz, the car, I do not speak Hebrew, okay? But you get the drift, and you know, me personally, I'm for peace. You know, I like peace. You know, I like peace in the world. I wish it could be that way, but I sometimes understand there can't always be peace, and sometimes there's got to be bloodshed to get a bit of peace. But you know, this has gone on for long enough. Come on, it needs to end. It certainly does. So basically, this video is just going to be about the different voices of Tel Aviv and what they think. Tel Aviv has all walks of life. Has the good, the bad, the ugly, has the rich, has the poor, has everybody you can think of. There's all kinds of people here, and there's all kinds of scenarios. You may have heard the expression before, 2 Jews, 3 opinions, but it's absolutely true. Alright, so this video is just going to be reporting a few different things, and if you'd like to know a little bit more about the different voices of Tel Aviv and different opinions and whatever, well then stick around. Hi, my name is Steve Morgan, and from the age of 16, when I left home, I've had some crazy adventures. It's been the good, the bad and the ugly, and that's why I decided to do Morgan's World, to share those journeys with you. To keep up to date with my life's journeys, please like and subscribe to my channel below. Welcome to my world. So I'm in my favourite pub, Mike's Place. Finally made it back here.
You needed to come at 7 p.m. You're so late, man.
What did you say? Yeah, but Tel Aviv is a late night city. What were you saying anyway? This guy was saying something about my t-shirt.
I'm saying that you needed to come at 7 at time to the shift, and you didn't.
Oh, okay. Oh.
That's a problem.
Basically, he's saying they were busy earlier and I should have been working. Oh, is that for me?
Yes, why not?
Oh, hey! L'chaim! Better get these guys in, man. L'chaim!
Cheers, co-worker!
Cheers, co-worker! If they think I'm going to be washing dishes, they're having a laugh. Cheers. How's business been tonight, mate?
What is it?
How's business?
Business?
Business.
Business. Good.
It's good, man.
Could have been better.
It could have been better. It could have been better if I was working. So basically, this bar has a lot of history. was Islamic terrorists tried to bomb it on the 30th of April 2000. And they did succeed in killing a few people, but they were stopped by the doorman for getting inside. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, I got a Mike's Place t-shirt.
Mike's Place t-shirt.
I've had it 9 years. Hello, so it's the next evening and I want to show you something. I want to point out something just common to you. Alright, so I've turned the camera around and if you look, they're fairly decent apartments, flats, and right below is a lovely cafe. Now I'm just turning around and let's see what there is around the corner. This is the difference, this is the contrast of the best and the worst of Tel Aviv and how it's so different. And you could almost say there's a country inside a country. Right over there, you kind of see a financial area. And right down in this direction, it becomes another world. And we're gonna go there. But we have to go a little bit quick because it's Shabbat and it is pretty much sundown. And if you don't know anything about the Jewish religion, Shabbat runs from Friday evening to Saturday evening. So the times change all throughout the year, depending on the daylight. It's depending on where you are in the world. Okay, don't ask me what they do in regions that have 24 hours of sunlight and 24 hours of darkness, but that's the general rule. Sundown to sundown, okay? And things start shutting down. But where I'm going, a lot of people, they may be a little bit too poor to follow the Jewish religion. A lot of them are probably not Jewish. We're gonna go and we're gonna find out. It is the best and the worst of Tel Aviv. So I'm crossing the road now. It's not a green man, but I'm just gonna go for it anyway. Now it is, and I'm heading down here. Now this is the area I have frequented before, only because I used to go to the old bus stop. I used to go to this area because I got the old bus stop nearby, and I would go there because it's where you could pick up like a cheap can of energy drink, a cheap can of Coca-Cola, something like that. It's where the migrants live. But you also used to have lots of escorts. All this area was a red light district, and it probably still is, maybe late at night. I don't know. I'm not going to stick around that long to find out for you viewers, because I want to go back to Mike's Place. It's getting close to 5 o'clock in the evening and I want to make their happy hour. They've got buy one, get one free drink. Don't have my Mike's top, but it don't bloody I don't need it if I make it for the happy hour. And right over there, you see the red thing? And you see the cranes and you see the construction there? They are building a metro. But to build it, they've had to move people out of where they're living. This was like a little bit of a slum and they had to move everybody out. And just beyond there, you see the sky risers. It's all luxury, but it's a different world as I turn the camera. There's people in the park there. A lot of them are junkies. And I'm definitely not judging anybody, not judging a single person, you know. It's just by the grace of God go I. See him on the bench. You right, mate? Which way is to the old bus station? The bus station. You don't know? Thanks anyway, man. You been busy? Shabbat shalom. And what you'll see, like, I've come at a bad time. I can't really give you the feel for the area because a lot of places might be shut now. But this is a total migrant area. There's a lot of Eritreans, a lot of Filipinos, probably a big chunk of them are legal, some of them are illegal. The Eritreans, they would have crossed the border, probably down at Eilat. There's a DMZ, a demilitarized zone, down in Eilat, and it would have... how you doing, buddy? So they would have had a DMZ, and they would have crossed the border in Eilat, and from Eilat they would have just come over illegally. But crossing the border in Eilat does have its risks because it is supposed to be mined. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. That guy was telling me I can't go around filming, you know, but it's definitely not against the law to film, but a lot of people don't want their face on a camera because, you know, they don't want no trouble with the authorities, and they pretty much don't have to worry. I'm not working for the authorities. I'm just reporting what I see. I'm showing you guys that there's two sides to Tel Aviv. There's a side to Tel Aviv that you will not get in the tourist brochures. A total side. All right. Definitely a total different side. All right. So you got everybody here. You got a whole mixture of people. I could just go back down that way. Or I can follow it back up that way, and that's where I'm going to go. So, like, most of Israel right now would be closed. Everyone would be gone home. But a lot of these people, they're either Muslim, Christian, or they're not really practicing Jews, or they're just too poor. For economic reasons, they don't have that family structure where they can break the bread and say the prayers and light the candles. It's just not possible for them. This is the side of Tel Aviv that you do not see in the brochures. And one thing, you know, like, you do see lots of people drinking, and I'm not judging anyone for drinking. A lot of these people are poor, but sometimes when you're poor you want to forget about your problems, and if you've got a bit of money you will drink. All the people here are probably getting their paychecks. It's mostly Chinese, some African people, but they're getting their paychecks. Israeli foreign workers, they've got the social benefits, they've got like an internet cafe. A lot of them don't have access to a computer. Got some Hispanic music. Yeah, I love Hispanic music. They got football on the TV there. How you doing, buddy? You right?
Hello.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
How are you doing, man?
What's your name? I'm Steve.
Dan.
Man, you look like the wrong guy to be filming. You look too clean cut, and you look like, you know, I want to be filming someone, you know.
What are you doing over here?
Oh man, just making. I do YouTube vlogs.
Really?
Yeah.
All over the world, not just in
All over the world.
Oh shit.
So anyway, what a lovely guy, that guy Dan. But he looks like he has work. He does work with the migrants, and he's not the kind of person I'm here to film. He's got his life together. But a lot of these people, they're the forgotten people. They're the forgotten people of society. And you've got that metro system going right through their home. They're going to be dislodged and they're going to be bloody homeless. God knows what that is, but it looks like some sort of fish. Is it fish?
No, don't get fish here.
No, what kind of food they got?
Only meat.
Only meat. Pork. Is it pork?
Yeah.
Pork in Israel, you gotta love it. That Israel is a free country. There you go, right behind me, those people queuing up for pork. Free country. Are you Russian, sir, or what are you?
Yeah, born in the Russia.
Oh, hey, nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you. God bless you. So that's my whole point about Israel and Tel Aviv. They are a free country. You want to eat pork, you can eat pork. You want to be gay, you can be gay. You want to be bisexual, you can be bisexual. There's no laws here to discriminate against you. But if you want to launch terror attacks, then whoa, we reap what we sow. Sorry. So going back to that Russian guy, a little bit of history about the Russians in Israel will be at the collapse, roughly around in the early 90s, at the collapse of the Soviet Union. A lot of Russians were allowed to leave the country and they were allowed to immigrate to Israel. So they did, and they brought a lot of their traditions with them, which meant a lot of drinking and some people would say antisocial behavior and what have you. But the Russians that were born here simulated into society, and they become a lot of them are model citizens and everything. But it did create a host of problems that Israel wasn't used to, and I would say they were the first wave of migrants. Then you had the Eritreans and the Sudanese, and now because people from the West Bank and the Gaza Strip are not allowed to pretty much work in Israel, and definitely not since October the 7th, it's meant a lot of Filipinos have been welcomed, and there are jobs. So it is a melting pot, and this is where they live. This is where I used to go. I never lived there, but this is where I used to go to get my hair cut and get a couple of cheap bottles of beer and get my cans of fizzy drink and whatever I needed. You know, I've posted it in my other videos, like how to do Lisbon for a lot less. You know, where do the migrants eat? Where do the locals eat? But this might be a little extreme. I think most Israeli citizens, Sabras they call them, people that are born here, are not going to come here to do their shopping. Some of them are probably absolutely scared of this area. A lot of rubbish on the floor. How you doing? God knows what he's got here. What's he got there? Bit of pork. Probably some more pork up there. Nice shoulder of pork. Hello, how you doing? Wow. Man, they must be having a sale or something. Look at them all. Everybody queuing up for their food. But maybe this is also payday, who knows? Right over here, I've had my haircut done in there, but I've got to be honest, oh my God, he didn't actually do a good job. He didn't do a good job. I'm sure it's a different barber now, that was years ago. But I had my haircut done in there and I paid him some money and I tipped him. But I probably could have done a better job myself, to be honest. Anyway, let's see what else we can find before I start my walk to Mike's place. Hey brother, how you doing, mate? So Israel, believe it or not, with all the security and everything, does have a drug problem. And I don't know how the hell they get the drugs in. But I've seen, but it must be a constant flow of drugs, because I saw earlier some people smoking drugs, which probably looked like crack. But I don't know, it could be some other sort of substitute crack, but might even be worse. Yep. Someone, bike shop. This has totally changed this area. You probably get a better deal with currency here than you probably would in mainland, in the main part of Tel Aviv. How you all doing? People not too friendly, probably a little suspicious of me. Right, so I'm pretty much done with this area and I'm going to go to Mike's place to get some drinks. So that's another thing, okay? I work in mental health back home in London, and that lady would be in the mental health hospital I work in, but she's just, it seems like she's just forgotten about society. Society has forgotten her. You know, they've just left her to rot on the side of the street. And I love Israel. I'm a big supporter of Israel, but you know, Israel by far is not a perfect country. Definitely not. And you know what? There used to be a lot of these cats, and there needs to be more, because I have seen a few rats, like literal rats. And if they had a few more cats, you'd probably get a few less. How you doing? So I'm almost at Mike's place. Unfortunately, I've made it before the end of happy hour. As I turn the camera around, you can see the beach. That is an amazing beach. That is the part brochures want you to see. Every time there's something negative or good, you can usually see these fountains in the news footage. If not, right down there is Old Yaffa, and it'll be pointing this direction at the Tel Aviv beach, and just showing you really lovely things about Tel Aviv, the stuff they want you to see. And it is beautiful. I mean, it is a city, it is a country that has won my heart. But right there, just about a 20-minute walk, that's another world. The people from there very ever seldom walk over to this direction. The people that live here very seldom go over there. It's totally two different worlds. They know about each other, of course they do, but they don't. It's like they live in a world where they don't exist. A paranormal world. I can't really think of the world, but it's a 3D world, you know, where the other side doesn't even exist. And right in front of me there is the American Embassy, and we are going to Mike's place just over there. But if you can look all around, you see the beautiful buildings and everything. It is just a totally different world to where we came from. And tomorrow morning, this beach will be packed. It will have people playing volleyball on the see the volleyball nets there? Okay, people will be playing volleyball. They'll be playing some sort of like kickball. You'll have salsa dancing further down the beach, or line dancing. It'll be full of activities. You know, there'll be all sorts of different music. There'll be parties. There'll be an atmosphere like you won't believe. But the people from that old bus station, all right, that ghetto that we just came from, is pretty much an old. There's a old bus station that exists there, and a lot of the people, they still live in that bus station. Maybe on another video, another time, another trip to Israel, if that bus station's still around, I will film it. But that's what it is. It used to I think it even had a darker history. But anyway, in case you don't know, there's Mike's place, and I am ready for a beer. Okay, so I made it to Mike's place, and I had a couple of Gold Stars there. But I'm in my second favourite bar in the whole of Tel Aviv, or probably the whole of Israel, and its name is Molly Blues. It's owned by an Irish Israeli. It's a great bar. I totally recommend it if you're ever there. Somebody talked me into buying a Guinness. A Guinness, can you believe it? You know, well, there's only so much Gold Star you can drink. Anyway, look, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You know the drill. Consider subscribing. You know, I've got a whole series of Israeli videos. If you haven't seen the others, please watch them. There's more to come. And for everybody else, I'll see you on the next journey. Ta-da.